Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Erin. Today I have a foundation review for you guys, and I'm sure you can tell by the title that I'm going to be reviewing the Smashbox Studio Skin 15-Hour Wear Hydrating Foundation. Now, I did pick this up yesterday whenever I went down to Sephora and did some shopping, so I really wanted to try it out and do my normal 2-day wear test with you guys. So I'm going to apply it today and check in throughout the day, and then I'm going to apply it again tomorrow and check in with you guys then, so that I really have an idea of how this foundation is doing. Now, the day I'm filming this is a Sunday, so today is going to be a lighter day for wear. Tomorrow is Monday, so I do have a full day of work, and so that will put this to the test a little bit more as well. Now, this does claim to be a hydrating foundation, which somebody for oily skin, I'm kind of wondering how that's going to do throughout the day, but I've noticed that in the winter time that my skin does go more normal to combo than straight oily. So if this is something that could really work for me in the winter time, then I'm super excited about trying this out. So if you want to learn more about the Smashbox Studio Skin Foundation, then keep on watching. Now, I have already moisturized and primed my face. This morning I used the Glam Glow Volcanic Matte Glow Moisturizer, which I got this in one of my little like Sephora perks, and I've really actually been impressed with this, and I probably will end up picking up the full size of this once this runs out. And then I am using the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. This is the little size that we got in our Sephora Play, and I've already gotten 5 uses out of this, and I still have that much left in it. So again, I'll hate on these little sizes when I first get them, but really a little bit of this product goes a long way, and I'm super excited about going into my full size once this one is done. But if you watched my video from Monday, then you guys saw that I cut one of my L'Oreal sponges in half, and I really love the way that that applies. So today I'm going to be using the other half of my L'Oreal sponge to apply this foundation. Now, I did get this foundation in the shade 1.0. They do have quite a good shade range. I might put down below like how many shades they have, but I was very impressed with the amount of shades. Now, you do get 1 fluid ounce in here, that's 30 mLs. It does come in a glass bottle with a pump, which I appreciate. The one thing that I didn't necessarily like was on the packaging itself, it doesn't necessarily say that this is for cool tone skin or, you know, warm tones, neutral tones. It didn't list the undertones on here, and it didn't list the undertones online at Sephora's website. Whenever I'm in Sephora, I do pull up my app to look at my loves list, my wish list, and also try to look at undertones for things. But this is the second to the lightest shade, so I wanted to go ahead and give it a try. Now, this does say that it's going to have 15-hour wear and continuously hydrate the skin while you are wearing it. So this is our shade right here. It is a thicker formula, as it's not just immediately dripping down my hand. So I'm gonna go in with my cut in half L'Oreal sponge. I'm gonna do half my face so that we can see what the coverage looks like.
I've been watching you from a distance as I turn out all the lights. All I want from you is to listen and remember the good times. If you think of all that we leave out, is that weird you're feeling good? I know nothing ever turned out as you wanted to.
So this is 1.5 to 2 coats on this side of my face. I did use that drop that I had down here. I would say that this is medium buildable coverage. I don't necessarily think that you're going to get full coverage from just this foundation. It doesn't claim to be a full coverage foundation, so I'm not saying that they're going back on any claims, but I will say it's sunk into the skin. It doesn't look like it's sitting on top of my skin. It's not gathering in any of my pores. Overall, it looks like my actual skin, just a little bit more perfected. So far, I really like the look of it, but I'm gonna go ahead and do the other half of my face, and I'll be right back with y'all. All right, so this is the coverage we are looking at right now. Again, I think it is a medium coverage. You can still see my freckles through the foundation, which I actually kind of like that. I like a more medium coverage where you can still see my freckles, because I don't want to necessarily look like a pancake, you know, flat canvas. I do want to still look like I have life to my skin. So it looks like my skin but better. I would have no problems throwing on a little bit of powder and leaving the house just like this. When you have a more full coverage foundation, again, it makes you look so flat that you feel like you have to add more to your face to bring the life back to it. But this just it keeps the life to your skin, but just perfects your skin a little bit. It is still a little bit tacky, so I don't know how long it necessarily takes to dry down, but of course I will powder it. I will put on some concealer. Again, I'm not doing a whole lot today, so I do want to do a more light and natural look, but so far it just looks like my skin but perfected. And so for that, I absolutely love it. But I'm going to go ahead and pop on some concealer and powder and let you guys know how it looks after that as well. So this is a more tacky foundation. Whenever I'm putting on my concealer, and I just use the Maybelline Fit Me in 15 Fair, I feel like it's quite tacky. And that's not something I necessarily see from this concealer. I think just the foundation is a more tacky foundation. So I would definitely recommend setting this down with a powder, but adding the concealer on top, I don't feel like it necessarily changed anything about the foundation. Even though I feel it is more tacky, I'm not like lifting up product whenever I pat down. It just is melding everything together. So again, my under eyes look very, very good. I didn't use any sort of under eye serum or creams or anything today, but you know, this is not settling into my creases, and I really wanted to use a lighter concealer today, and that's why I went with the Maybelline Fit Me. But overall, it is still looking really, really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and set it down. I'll probably just end up using my Coty Airspun powder today because I absolutely love this stuff. But I'll go ahead and set this all down and let you guys know how it feels then and if that tackiness has gone away. All right, so I went ahead and set everything down with powder. That tackiness has gone away a whole lot, but places where like I didn't quite build up a whole lot of powder, there is still some tackiness to this foundation. So just like with your moisturizer where you put it on in the morning and then you're waiting, you know, 10-15 minutes for it to soak in before you go in with anything else, with this foundation, I would, you know, do your first layer, maybe wait a couple minutes, do your second layer, and then I would wait. Let it dry down onto the face, and that's what I'll do tomorrow whenever I'm testing it out. Let it dry down onto the face. Maybe that will remove some of that tackiness, but with the powder on it, it still looks beautiful. It still looks just like my skin. I would probably end up using like a pore filler tomorrow because I can see some of my pores around here and some around here, but I've been using some products to kind of help like minimize my pores, but wait for that video. I'll have it up shortly. But overall, it just looks really, really gorgeous. Again, I don't feel that it has sucked so much life out of my face that I would be fine almost popping on, you know, some mascara and maybe a touch of blush, and I would leave the house like this. You still feel like it's your skin. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of light makeup on the rest of my face, and I'll be right back for the final verdict. All right, guys, so this is our final look with everything on. My bronzer went on beautifully. Everything went beautifully on top of this. So the tackiness I don't think is going to be an issue as long as you set this down with powder. I know sometimes with other foundations when I'm going to put on my bronzer and my blush and things, I almost feel like the foundation underneath it rubs away with the friction of just doing bronzer, and even with like a big old fluffy brush, I feel like sometimes different foundations will rub off of my face. I don't see that with this. There's no patchiness. It's just beautiful. Again, it just looks like my skin. So far for first impressions, like first time putting this on my face, I'm really, really enjoying it. I will see how it wears throughout the day. This does claim to have a 15-hour wear. I'm not going to wear this for 15 hours today because quite frankly, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So I will wear this for as long as I can today. I am going to be doing a lot of things around the house, going out and doing some grocery shopping, but I'll let you guys know what it looks like at the end of the night. So I'll check in with you guys later. Bye. Hey everyone, I am back for our check-in. It is now 8 o'clock at night, so I have been wearing this foundation for 7 hours. Looking in my mirror here, everything looks pretty good. I do have some breakdown on my nose. I have been rubbing my nose a lot today from allergies, and my husband got home from out of town, and maybe TMI, but he was smooching on me, and he has a beard. So he rubbed a little bit of my foundation off around my mouth and on my nose, giving me kisses whenever he got home. But really the rest of it, where it hasn't been touched today, looks absolutely amazing. So I again am going to put this foundation on tomorrow, and I'll check in with you guys then too. Bye. Hey everyone, welcome back to day 2 of testing for the Smashbox Studio Skin foundation. Now this is actually day 4 for me because I am now filming this on Wednesday. Monday and Tuesday were extremely busy early days for me. I did wear that foundation on Monday and Tuesday, but I just didn't film it. So I will have some thoughts because I used some different products that day, but we're gonna go ahead and do an application today. I did already moisturize my face with the Glam Glow Matte Glow Moisturizer, and then I used the Hourglass Mineral Veil. Today I am going to be using my Flower Beauty sponge just to see how that puts this on, but without further ado, let's go ahead and put this foundation on my face.
But every time I feel it, every time I breathe, every time I close my eyes, it's coming right at me over again. Baby, you got me begging, please. You got me on repeat.
So I still think this is very much a medium coverage foundation. I can still see a lot of my redness through, but what I like about this foundation is it just tones down everything, evens things out a little bit, where it still looks like my skin. I haven't tried it yet where I just put this on and then maybe a little bit of powder, a little bit of like minimal makeup with this. I have not tried that because again, this has been my work week, and so I usually want to look a little bit more put together for work. But this weekend I will try it and maybe tell you guys in like an end of month favorites type thing. But I really do like the way this looks. It looks like it's my skin, and that's why I like this. I think a lot of people are getting away from the cakey look, and I want to also. I think that when my face is too cakey, when my face is too dry, I look older than I am. And so this foundation, where it looks like my actual skin, I think that it makes me look a lot younger, it makes it look fresher, and so I enjoy this formula. But if you have a lot of problem areas where you're trying to get a full coverage look and cover those things, I don't think that this is going to be the foundation for you. So if you're like me and have a little bit of redness and maybe some blemishes from time to time, I think that this will really work for you if you are looking for a more natural look. I do cover up a lot of my redness with concealer, and I bring it on down, and then, you know, once you put on your bronzer and blush and everything, that covers a lot of it too. So that doesn't bother me. But if I was to just throw this foundation on and then do some mascara for a very natural light day, I think I'd be happy with that too. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop on the rest of my face, and I'll be right back. So I am back with my face done. Don't mind my thermals. Florida decided to be freezing again this morning, so I am very, very cold, and I am not running my space heater because while I was editing my last videos when I was running my space heater, I really could hear it, so I wanted to kind of just not have it on during this video. So I'm very, very cold right now, but I'm really loving this foundation. It still goes on like a second skin. It doesn't bunch up or cake up anywhere. I think that it does settle into some of my bigger fine lines like up in my forehead, but it's not as noticeable as some that like really sink into those lines and then just stay there. I will say that with this foundation, I don't see a whole lot of creasing underneath my eyes, and I have been using lighter concealers with this as well, which has diminished my creasing. Plus, I've been using some other skincare products that I think is really helping that. But overall, I'm really, really loving this foundation. I think that this will be one that will be very much in my routine. Hey everyone, I am back at the end of the night. It is 6:30 now, so I have been wearing this makeup for about 9.5 hours now. 6:30 at night really isn't that late, but this is the time for me that I like to go ahead and take my shower and take my makeup off and start getting ready for bed. So I believe this will be my last check-in of the evening. This makeup held up really well today. Today I didn't actually do my job work, but I did have to do a bunch of doctor's appointments with my husband today. So we were out running around in 2 towns over from us all day today. But so far, it still looks really beautiful and really natural. I do have a little bit of wear down on my chin. Again, that might be from eating, that might be from me putting my hands on my face, waiting for doctor's appointments today. I do have some breakdown around my nose, but again, I have allergies. I am constantly touching the underside of my nose, so I expect to have some breakdown around here. It's settled a little bit into my fine lines over here. That might be more powder than foundation because I do like to powder my whole face. Now, I will say, since I have worn this 4 days in a row, I believe that this looks the best with my Laura Mercier powder. I've tried it with the Coty Airspun powder, and I think because this is a more moisturizing format, that the Airspun powder is a little bit too dry for this. And so I got more cakiness with the Coty Airspun powder than with the Laura Mercier powder. I got a good result with the Maybelline Fit Me powder because I feel like that is a more fine powder that's not as drying. That also looked beautiful on this foundation. So my overall opinion of this, because I have been doing a 4-day wear test, I just didn't film Monday or Tuesday, is that this might be my new go-to foundation, at least for the winter time. I am filming this review during January, so it still technically is winter here. The highest that we've gotten is 65 degrees pretty much over the past month or so, and we've had quite a few nights down into freezing. So I'm not as sweaty. My oils aren't as prevalent right now as they usually are during the summertime when we have 105-degree temperatures. So I'm going to have to test this again in the summertime, but overall right now, if I want a medium coverage foundation that looks beautiful throughout the day, looks natural, doesn't cake up, this is what I'm going to go for. I think the shade that I ended up getting is perfect. This is in 1.0. I think it's a good shade match for me with my cooler tones and with my redness. I think that for the rest of the winter, if I want to go for a high-end foundation, that this is what I'm going to be reaching for. So I 100% love this. Love, love, love this. I'm so happy that I kind of took the chance on this while walking around Sephora. So that's all I have for this video. I hope you really enjoyed it. I enjoyed doing a 4-day test on this, even though I only filmed 2 of those 4 days. It gave me a little bit more information and background to provide for you guys for this foundation review. I really enjoyed doing these. I think I'm a little bit addicted to foundations. I have a whole lot more that I need to review and film and do for you guys. If you like this style of video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up or leave me a comment down below of a foundation you would like to see me review. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
I've been watching you from a distance as I turn out all the lights. All I want from you is to listen and remember the good times. If you think of all that we leave out, is that weird?